Hello, everyone. It's Tina, aka Kitty Girl, and I am excited to report that my December daily is done. Woohoo! I am super, super excited, you guys. Um, so yeah, I finished her. She is pretty chunky with signatures being in there. There's 6 of them in there. Just to reiterate, um, 5 ladies and I basically, mine included, total of 6. We basically made 6 signatures all the same, and then we swapped them out with each other. And so, yeah, there's 6 in here. And as I stated before, I am going to extend this out into January. There is no way that this is going to be all December. I mean, it might, but my hopes are, well, it's not even my hopes. It doesn't matter. If I need to, I'm going to go into January with it, kind of like the after Christmas thoughts, and just kind of maybe even reiterate how the year went, in my opinion. So, yeah. So what I had to do is I had to make. I didn't have a book that I could get, and so I had to make my own. I originally did a step-by-step segment on each process. I'll just be honest with you guys, I lost patience with it. So at some point, I might feel comfortable in merging videos together so I can actually do a craft with me or a process video. So yeah, I did try. So what I thought I would do is at least show you what I decided to use for my cover is I have a bunch of this. I'm not even sure why I bought it, but I have like black, white, and gray corrugated cardstock. And so that's what I decided to use. I had this, and then I had 12 by 18 cardstock that I had gotten from Crafter's Companion on a home shopping network craft day special. So 12 by 18. And it was pretty thick cardstock. And it worked out really well because I was able to lay the whole thing out and wrap that corrugated cardstock up. So yeah, so this is it. I wanted to do a paper that would kind of contrast with the rest of what was going on inside the book. I'll just talk about it now at this point. Lauri, do not be upset with me, please, please, please. So if you remember, my friend Lauri has sent us our signature wrapped up in this dinner mat that she had made. She basically, I think what she did was cut it in half, and then she added this pocket to it, and she had her signature all nice and tucked in on the inside of it, and then had these goodies on the outside of it. I really wanted to incorporate it. It already had a closure that I wanted to use for my book, and I couldn't figure out. It's such a wide spine that when I wrapped it around, I would only be able to utilize this much pocket on each side. And so I don't know that I need the pocket, but I want it there just in case. So you never know. Maybe I want to put a few special Christmas cards. I mean, they're all special, right? But maybe I wanted to put um, uh, super special. Maybe something, maybe my kids might give me a Christmas card. I don't know. I at least wanted the opportunity to use that pocket in full, um, and just let it be an option. Also, and the only way I could do that is by cutting it. So I did cut your beautiful cover, um, but I didn't know how I would use this, the cover that she had made. And I thought, well, if I cut it, I'm able to use it on my December daily, and I'll have it forever. So that's what I decided to do. Um, and then I have some lovely trim, and it just reminds me of snow, and it's kind of glitzy and Santa, and I just loved it. And it's in strips. When I did my signature, I basically sent everybody some. I didn't know if they would want to incorporate it or not. And so this is the trim that I had. I see it's about an inch wide in all this fluff, right? So, and I love this texture as well. It's kind of weaved. And so I wanted to use it. And what I ended up doing, because my spine was like 3¼ inches wide, I had to layer 1 and then 2 and then 3 and 4. And then I kind of brought it to the front is what I did. And the inspiration for the front of my book came from a cookie. A friend of mine who is a cookie artist, beautiful cookies. I love it when she treats us with these cookies. She had, she was at a convention and she actually did this cookie, and I love the cookie, and I thought, you know, I really want to have that as an inspiration for the cover of my December daily. And that's what I did. This is a cookie that she made while she was at convention, and I love it. It's kind of rustic. Um, and I didn't, obviously it's not exactly the same, but this was my inspiration and that's what I was going for. And I had the darnest time with this guy. I was using modeling paste and I was using sprays, and this wasn't behaving for me. And that was part of the issue as far as when I was doing the process video. I was frustrated with it. So what I did was I had used again some more of this cardstock. I gessoed it. And this is the second one that I've worked with. So I gessoed it with gesso, and then I did modeling paste on top of it, and then I used sprays. This spray is super bright red. This is dilution spray, and it's post box red, and I used it, and what happened is that it ended up being a little whiter in the middle than I really wanted. So I decided to distress it again with this Martha Stewart stuff that I had in my stash, and that worked out. And then I had did this for a admin or a moderator. Well, she was an admin of a forum, but I had did this technique, and so I decided to do it on my book. And what I did was I basically put some Mod Podge in a bowl, and then I added this like glass-like glitter. I did that, and then I added some red, finer glitter, not finer, but it's a little finer than the glass glitter that you see here. And I put that in the Mod Podge, and then I just kind of dabbed around it because I wanted to give it some bling. Okay, so I did that. Let me undo this. And then I took some die cuts, and I die cut over and over and over and over and over. This is a Tim Holtz die cut. It is, let's see if I can get it here. I'm reaching. I thought it was Tim Holtz. Nope. I did use some of the Tim Holtz. What's it called? I do not know what it's called. I think I cut it off. But anyways, these dies, I just used this one. And then I have another die set. I don't honestly know where I got it from, but I cut it multiple times using my little Gemini Mini Go. I love that little guy. I have the big one, and the little one is so portable and so cute that I was able to just run 2 pieces of cardstock on top of this die. And I just watched a video while I did that, and that way I saved my my hands, because my hands get tired this time of season cranking a manual. So that worked out really well. So I just layered and layered to form this wreath. Now I normally can't do a perfect circle, so what I ended up doing was I ended up cutting a frame out of this die set just to kind of give me something to go by, and just layered the leaves on it. So that helped me. And so I've got this texture, okay, and then because this is close to my heart cardstock, it has a white core in it. So I just took, once I did all this, I took some sandpaper and kind of distressed it, and so it kind of looks like there's a little bit of snow on it. So that's kind of cool. And then I just took some bling and just put it around the wreath, and then I have this bow here that I just attached. Okay, and then I decided, I've never done this before, so it was pretty cool. I printed on sewing pattern paper. So Christmas is a season not only of rejoicing, but of reflection. Winston Churchill. So I love that, considering this is going to be a journal that I'm going to use through the month of December and possibly January. So I thought that would be pretty cool, so that way I can use this to reflect on. So that to me was perfect quote. Okay, so that is the outside of it. I love it. I don't know if the camera's going to do it justice, but I just love it. Then if we open it up, I did a hidden spine. Again, Lauri has sent us some fabric, and it had angels on it. I felt kind of bad by cutting it, but I kind of love the brown tones to it. I got to see a little bit of one of the angel faces here, so um, that's cool for me. And then I used some music paper on the inside as my cover. And so yeah, this is a hidden spine. And then so what we have here, you guys saw me do the unveiling of these different signatures that I got from different people. I need to do an intro page here, and so I'll do it. I'll probably do some vellum and just do it as a tip in here. But I want to do some sort of intro, and I might put a pocket here too. We'll see. And I'm not going to go into details of what they did. I did add a charm here because I wanted to kind of be cohesive on the edges. So I added a charm here. And you can see that right there. So this is one of the reasons why I wanted to use that fabric, so I could see it through here. And then this is Karen's. She has lots of pockets. And then I added a charm to her little guy here. I love this texture that she created. I don't know, I think this is muslin, I'm not sure, but basically she dyed it, and then when she went to dry it, she put it on a perforated type, like a cookie cooler or something, and it created all these little, this texture, so that's pretty cool. So I added a charm there. Now we're getting into the third. Lauri also sent us, our little group, she sent us this little signature, and I was going to incorporate it in her part of the book, which is the last part of my book. And then I decided, you know what, I'm going to treat this kind of like a floating signature. I don't think I've ever seen a video where they've done it. I've seen floating pockets. I'm going to treat this as a floating signature because it is a signature. It's one page. And I just love that idea. I use generic heirloom paper, and the reason for that is because I don't want this to be exclusive to this book. She sewed in, this is amazing and genius, she sewed in these transparencies and she made pockets out of them. So there's one pocket and then there's two. Okay, I don't want this to be exclusive to the book because I think this is amazing. I want to be able to use this through all my journals. Maybe I want to stash a list or a note, or maybe in a journal I'm saving some money for something, and I think this is perfect to kind of put some of that stash money. Don't come rob me, because you might find some money in my journal, right? No, I don't know if that's what I'm going to use it for, so I'm just kidding. Who knows? I don't know. So anyways, I'm going to use this as a floating journal. That is our floating signature. That is what I'm calling this. And so it's not going to be sewn in any of my journals. I'm going to pass this on over and over and over. Lauri, I love this. This is ingenious. Okay. And then she also sent us a shaker, which I love. And I love this too. This shimmery blue just kind of reminds me of snow and the coolness of winter. So I'm going to use this as a bookmark all the way through this book is what this is going to be. This will probably stay in this journal. Not sure. So, but this is going to be my bookmark. And so those are two elements that I adore. Okay, so that's Karen's, and then this is Julie. Julie's signature. Originally, I was thinking about intersecting these. If it could coordinate together. I think Donna and Karen's would have been nice. I mean, I think I could have nicely intertwined these two together, but the other ones are so different as far as in color schemes that it wouldn't have worked because I was going to do 3 signatures. So I was going to combine 2 of ours together all the way through the book. But you know what? I decided to keep it separate because I love them. They're super personal. And I love that they had put the thought that they did into them. And this is going to be a special journal. And I'm really excited for Christmas because of this December daily. So last year I was kind of in a funk and it was really hard for me to write. And but I did write all through December. And I'm not going to read through last year's December daily until January of this year. And I'm going to use this and reflect on last year and kind of see where it's different. So I'm kind of looking forward to that, but maybe not so much because I was in a funk. But anyways, this has really put me in the mood and I cannot wait to put Christmas decorations up because this was very dear and near to my heart with these ladies. They're so awesome. Anyways, so this is Julie's, and you can see, I mean, the colors are kind of the same, but you know, the green and the reds, but they're different. And then here's mine. I put mine in the middle. And then we have Miss Donna's. And I just love that this fabric is just peeking through. You know, sometimes I will do it, and I've seen others do it. They'll put ribbon down the, you know, the spine. So I love that I didn't have to do it. And I thought, yeah, I thought it just blended nicely. Now I chose Lauri's for the end. I was going to do mine on the end, but I chose Lauri's because if I'm using this for January, Lauri's, even though it's Christmas theme, I thought that it was more wintry as well. So I thought that would be perfect for ending it in the sense that, you know, it's more of a Christmas and slash winter. So it goes into that, and it says season's greetings as opposed to Merry Christmas. Um, and so forth. So I thought hers would be a little bit more appropriate to put on the end because of the snowflakes and so forth. And so that's what I did. I'm missing snowflake. Trying to keep the snowflakes. I love these snowflakes, but these snowflakes are a tiny bit big. But I think this might interfere with my my ribbon. So I see it's already kind of chipping, and it's because I was tying it and it's bending the poor little guy. So anyways, this, even though this says Merry Christmas, that's totally cool. It's a little journal, and I thought that was kind of cool to be on the end too, because then I can write a little bit more information in there. And she's got a bell on there, and it jingles every time I move it, and I just love it. I thought I might add a couple of more. I'm not sure. And so yeah, I ended with hers. And then, of course, this one says, with kind remembrances of a season and sincere good wishes for the New Year's. Come on, how perfect is that for January? And then I did the same paper on the inside, on the back of this journal. And then again, you can see that lovely fabric. I can't remember whose YouTube I was watching, but that's what they did. They basically had left this out. They didn't put the paper over it. And I super love that idea, only because I didn't want to cover this beautiful fabric any more than I already did. It's just gorgeous, and I thought it blended really well with the tones. And so, and then again, here's the back, and I've got a pocket here, so if I wanted to put something in it for storage, I could. And that's it. Gosh, guys, I'm so excited. I am just in love with this journal. You have no idea. And then you can see all my little lovely charms kind of hanging here. So yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dangles. I think actually that's pretty good. I'm okay with that. I don't want a lot of dangles, and I thought it's very festive, and I'm super excited. Try not to cry here, because this was awesome. This was an awesome thing to do this year, and I'm really hoping that we keep this tradition up. So super hoping. So I'm hoping that they're having as much fun putting theirs together if they haven't already. So all right, you guys, thanks for watching. Thank you, thank you. Hope you guys have a wonderful Merry Christmas holiday season. Merry Christmas. I guess we're still in November. Anyways, I hope you're enjoying the holidays. All right, bye for now.